Welcome back, everyone. We hope you enjoyed those clips from the previous Illuminate Your Magic. But if you think that that has anything to do with the upcoming one, it doesn't. We have a lot more exciting things in store. So if you missed the last one, so bad, too bad.
Yes,
so sad, too bad.
I think this one is going to be quite different, but again, it's going to be unique its own way. So you really don't want to miss this
You were
one.
meant for this one.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if we have tickets left,
Exactly.
you can go to illuminateyourmagic.ca and check out if you can check out.
Yes.
If you can't check out, we're sold out.
That's it.
So if you're sold out, and just in case, you know, if we are picking it up right now, can you just have one or two extra
Can you
tables
open
for
up
us?
one or two?
Listen, if you believe that there's people that really will benefit from this, absolutely.
Make an exception.
Our goal is to bring in the most aligned people who are prepared to be creative. Because this one is a little different in the sense that it's all about the freedom of expression. How many people go through their everyday lives feeling as though they're suffocated, feeling as though they don't have freedom to express themselves?
They're suppressed.
Exactly. And how often do you hear a song and want to dance, but you're in a store, so you can't?
Yes.
Let yourself go. What about when you're wanting to say something to somebody, but you really hold back because you fear how they're going to feel? This is your chance to really hone in that beautiful energy of the connection of the people you're going to meet and share from the heart. So this will actually heal your body as well, because as you know, your body is your autobiography. How you feel is what shows up in the body. So if you're having a hard time in your body, chances are you're not really letting anything out. So if you're drumming, you're healing. If you're painting, you're healing. If you're sharing with people how you're feeling, you're healing. And that's what this one is about.
Yeah.
Wow.
It sounds like a very heart-centric place. And like you said, you wanted it to be a safe space that anyone can feel free to get up and dance regardless of the situation. Encouraged. Yes, more
And
so.
I think, you know, every one of us is either one of those phases or stages.
Absolutely.
It's just a matter of, you know, how comfortable are we now? Are we ready to actually take that step or not?
Right.
So if you're ready, this is your chance. This is your opportunity. So register, go online and
If
do
there's
it.
space.
So if there is, if you get lucky, if not, we'll wait
Next
for
time
another
with
one.
the next one.
There's always next one,
Maybe
right?
completely different from this
Who
one.
knows?
Exactly.
So,
and another thing which I'm thinking about is how everything evolves. And what we were speaking about in the previous segment about, you know, how we may be in one space at one moment of our life and then a completely different one, but we're thinking, when am I going to get out of it? And what Mani was saying, those various layers and shedding them, and then something else pops up. And the fact that, you know, life, it never really ends until you die. So it really is about the journey and not really the getting there, so to speak.
Exactly. And that's really what Illuminate Your Magic is about. It's not about feeling like you need to be fully ready. It's just before that point of readiness. Because when you feel ready, it's already too late. You haven't actually pushed yourself past anything. So I love the energy of being able to say, you know what? I'm just going to jump. I'm going to jump in.
Take that leap
Take the leap of faith. Because you guys have so many commonalities in the way that you speak and think. It's incredible to watch you. So yeah, it's just so great when you actually push yourself to do something that you know deep down is going to bring you such pleasure and such bliss. So many new connections and such a profound feeling in your body. You know, they have that line, like, nobody ever regrets a workout.
No, we don't. After we've done it, it's just a getting there part, right?
Yes, absolutely. I was telling one of my clients today, I said, you got to go for a walk in nature. And he was like, oh, well, I have this to do and I got to drive there. And I said, the amount of time you spend thinking about taking this walk or not taking this walk is probably more than the actual walk itself and how much energy it'll bring to you. And that's how I look at this as well, is that the amount of time you spend thinking about it, it's not even worth it.
It's probably heavier on his mind.
It's heavier on the mind.
Exactly.
Because once you get there, you're just in this release, surrender mode where you're just so receptive to what's available for you. And that's why I wrote the play.
Beautiful.
I wanted people to feel like they were in a place of being receptive to the energy and to the learning that's going to take place for people.
Yeah. I just want to beat those drums.
That's right.
To the point, you know, exactly.
Yes, let it all out.
Last time, you know what?
One of your shows.
Exactly. You know, drums are, oh my God, you know what? Honestly, because it's so therapeutic, you know, when you're actually doing that, it's just getting your energy out, you know, because that's what I do, you know, I paint, I do stuff, you know, and it's so therapeutic. As you said, you know, letting that energy out.
Absolutely.
And
or any form
just
of
thinking about,
creativity.
you know, beating those drums.
Just thinking about it has got her going. Yeah.
I really know what to get to you for your birthday now.
There we go. Yes, absolutely. One thing which I would like to ask you is how did you get into your own spirituality? How did you discover it? Because for our audience, they may be like, oh, okay, that's all well and good, but how did Noreen actually come to this?
Great question. Well, I did grow up feeling very suppressed most of my life.
Yes.
And I did also feel like quite an outcast at the same time most of my life. So when I started experimenting with creativity, such as theater, when I was younger, I realized that it was an outlet for me to start experimenting with who I really was as well. But it wasn't until I went on a solo backpacking trip across Europe where I had so many synchronicities take place within my experience, just through people that I met. I'd sit on a park bench, the guy beside me would be a spiritual author. I'd go volunteer for a volunteer camp, and the person who would lead the camp would spend 3 hours a day teaching me about crystals and colors and how intuitive I was. And next thing you know, I was studying Reiki energy, I was studying indigenous arts, I was studying psychosomatic therapy, and that's when I was able to bridge everything together and say, my journey is what led me to this knowledge, but this wisdom and this knowledge is really for the world. And that is why I've decided to give this birth to Illuminate Your Magic, because I believe the world wasn't ready for this even 5 years ago. I believe the world wasn't even ready for it 2 years ago. Illuminate Your Magic is something that has been in the pipeline for quite some time, but it wasn't quite available to the consciousness of our planet and to the people on it, because it is so unorthodox, it is so unstructured, it is so... It pushes you into your element. And at the time, people were so disconnected from their element. Working 9-to-5 jobs, things like that can sometimes just get you in this mindset of everything needs to be very orderly. So
a certain way.
Who has permission to play?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So so now that we're evolving as a society, and now that our society is starting to recognize the importance of creativity, I just wrote an article on this. Creativity is starting to become more and more recognized, even in these big corporate offices, where even Harvard University has more creative courses now than they ever had before. And even companies like Coca-Cola are starting to actually send their employees to innovative camps to learn about how to be more innovative.
Yes.
So there is this new surge of energy around understanding the importance of being creative, so we can balance the left and right side of our brain.
And even in the corporate culture, as you had stated, Noreen, like places which are coveted to work at, like Google, their space is completely different from the conventional corporate environment.
Right, that's it. And it's because it gets you thinking outside the box.
Yes. So
we don't live in a black and white world.
Yeah.
We live in a world of color.
And exactly what we've been discussing about, you know, the spiritual aspect of each of us evolving and all of us evolving as a humanity, because previously it was very much confined within the box, like institutionalized education and religion. They wanted you in the box, and now people are breaking free from it, and the new way to be is outside of the box.
Exactly, exactly. And that's really what the whole purpose is of Illuminate Your Magic, is to get you outside of your own box.
So paint and color outside of those lines.
Have fun.
Play.
Be playful, right?
Exactly.
When we're alone in the shower, some people sing. When we're alone in the car, we sing. But the second that someone else becomes present, we sometimes suppress ourselves.
That's the observer effect.
Right?
Right.
So what if we could just be ourselves in every situation?
Oh my God, I'll be
Profound.
abandoned by everybody.
Oh, no.
But everybody in your
this is
life
how-
would know you
exactly.
for you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Your friends would be your real friends because they would know the real you.
Yes.
Your job would be the real job because it would know the real you.
Real you.
Even we were talking earlier about your cell phone. Your cell phone is an extension of you. Your cell phone would be the real you.
Exactly. It would reflect the apps that we really want.
Right. Right? So what if we just allowed ourselves to live in a world where we could just be as authentic and real and who we really are as possible? What would life be like?
I think it would be amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
It's an amazing
Noreen.
place to be at.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just thinking about just being at that place, you know, and imagine, you know, how blissful that place is. Just being at that.
Well, that's what we are. That's
no
our
boundaries,
spirit.
No walls, no boundaries. It's just your space, your place, you know. Exactly.
Love is love, baby. That's what I always say. Whether it's a dog, a plant, or a human being, love is love is love.
Yes.
Very much so. And thank you so much for giving us the honor and privilege of experiencing your love here today.
Absolutely. A true honor for me as well to be here.
To have you here.
Wonderful to have Noreen Kazem on our show. And if you can, get your ticket for Illuminate Your Magic, which is tomorrow. And if not, then next time, whatever we are.
There's always next time.
Absolutely. And I'm a firm believer in whatever is meant for us will always come to us.
Yes.
So there we go.
As you always say, you know, the Rumi's quote, that whatever you're seeking is always seeking you.
It
so
is,
if you're truly seeking for that place, so if now is
seeking
not
you
the right
back.
time, it will happen.
It will.
Eventually it will happen. So we'll be back after this short break.